Okay, welcome to the last of our reviews for beginning bridge. So far, we have discussed opening and responding to one level bids, and we have discussed how to value our hands. And now we are going to be talking about no trump bidding and responses. This is not something that we covered earlier. We've held it to the end. And the reason we held it to the end of Beginning Bridge is because the Audrey Grant book that we're using, Introduction to Bridge 1, does not teach this no trump to this extent. She teaches a very basic set of responses to one no trump. And while they are very basic, no one uses them. Everyone uses the method that I'm going to talk to you about today. This will be recognized by everybody. Everybody else that you see playing will be using it. And so you might as well be using it yourself because you need to understand it. And it is far superior to the method that's the really basic method that she's used in the book. So let's talk about some of the things that we've learned so far. Let me make sure I can get to this place. Okay. The first thing we talked about was in bridge period that we've learned so far is about the bidding ladder and about how we want to find out in our bidding by valuing our hand and then bidding back and forth with our partner where we belong on the bidding ladder. Are we going to start at the one? We start probably at the one level, but then how far up do we need to go? We need to have like about 25 or 26 points to bid the game level, three no trump, four hearts, or four spades. And we want to bid that game level because we get game bonus points if we bid there. It's for scoring that we want to do this. We score a lot more if we can get to that level. If we can't get to that level, we stop as soon as we can below the level. So we've talked about that in bidding as we've been bidding just in suits. We haven't been bidding in no trump at all. We've done some no trump responses, but not opening no trump themselves. And another thing we talked about was that you want to have what we call the magic fit, and that's 8 in a suit. If we're going to play in a suit contract, we want to have that magic fit of 8. 7 and 6, when we have 7 and they have 6, we've got more than they have, and that's good. But if we have 8 and they only have 5, then we really have control of the suit. So 8 is what we're looking at for fitting together with our partner. Another thing that we need to remember as we're talking about bidding is that in general, the bidding questions that we're trying to answer as we go back and forth with our bidding are two questions. How high do we belong? That is, how high on the bidding ladder? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How high up that ladder do we need to be? And then the second thing is, where do we need to be? Where do we have the magic fit? So where do we have 8 in a suit, or should we be playing in no trump? So we need to keep all of these things in our mind as we start to talk about no trump bidding, because no trump bidding is using these principles to decide where we belong. So let's look at the no trump opening and responding in no trump. To open one no trump, you'll need to remember that always before in this class, we've been talking about opening at the one level, one club, one diamond, one heart, one spade, is 13 to 21 points. If we've got 22 or more, we bid 2 clubs. We don't talk about it in this class, but that's what you do. 2 clubs is a special bid, meaning strong hand. Doesn't mean anything about clubs. Strong hand. Every other one level bid you make, one club, one diamond, one heart, one spade, is 13 to 21 points. That is a wide range of points. And so it takes usually a second bid by us to describe our hand. We open, partner says something, then we make a second bid to describe our hand. So partner is usually the one that knows first where we belong, but sometimes we do if partner made a bid that limited their hand. So it could go either way, but generally it takes two bids at least by the opener to find out where you belong. No trump is very different. In opening one no trump, you are saying exactly that you have 15 points, 15 to 17 points in a balanced hand. Your hand is a narrow range, not 13 to 21, narrow range, 15 to 17, and balanced. By balanced, we mean no more than one doubleton. Now, if you work out all the different configurations of the hand that you could have that meet this definition of balanced hand, you could have 4, 4, 3, 2. That's balanced, one doubleton, 4, 4, 3, 2. Or you could have 4, 3, 3, 2, 4, 3, 3, 3. That's the most balance that you can get. About as close to the same number of cards in every suit as you could have. Or 5, 3, 3, 2. You could have 5 in a suit and a doubleton. But that's as unbalanced as you could be and meet this definition of balanced hand. A balanced hand says that you will have no more than one doubleton in your hand, which means it's either 4, 3, 3, 3, 4, 3, 3, 2, or 5, 3, 3, 2. 13, that's right. Okay. So only one doubleton or no doubletons, totally flat hand. Now, because our opening no trump hand is such a narrow range, that is our first priority of what to bid if we can bid it to open. Because if you have a choice between making an opening bid that exactly describes your hand, or an opening bid that's 13 to 21, you should take the one that's very narrow. So you have described your hand in one bid. Because this is so restrictive to an exact thing, when you make this bid, you're pretty much done. You've described your hand to your partner. Your partner is now in charge of what happens with this hand because he knows exactly what you've got. And depending on what he's got, he may make some different decisions or may tell you to make some different decisions, but everything is going to be driven by your partner. Your partner, once you open one no trump, is the captain of the ship. He's in charge. So you bid the one no trump bid. That's your first priority of things to bid if you can bid it, which means even if you have 5 hearts or 5 spades, if you meet this definition, balanced hand 15 to 17, you'll bid one no trump. Now 15 to 17 is the one no trump bid and exactly describes your hand, but they're actually no trump bids at different levels. We've already learned one of them kind of. If you have sort of a limited hand, you'll open one of something, and then your partner says one of something. If you don't have extra points and you can't rebid your suit and you can't support your partner's suit, you just bid one no trump. So that's kind of a balanced hand. And now you're limiting it to the lower end of the 13 to 21 range. When you have a low hand, you can bid one no trump. Now, that one no trump doesn't say balanced, because that one no trump, you might be sort of unbalanced. You just don't want to bid a new suit because the suit isn't good enough, or you can't follow the rules and bid the suit or whatever. But the one no trump doesn't promise a lot. It just promises that I don't have anything else to bid and I'm at the low end of my opening bid. Sort of like a one no trump response to a one opening bid means it's not, I don't have like exactly a balanced hand. I just don't have anything else to bid. But I do need to tell you I've got 6 to 9 points in that case for a response. So that's the opening half of a no trump. Then, if you have 20 or 21 points, you open two no trump. Just open two no trump. That's a no trump hand with 20 or 21 points. So 12 to 14, weak hand. 15 to 17, regular no trump hand. 20 or 21, a two no trump hand. Well, that leaves a little gap there of 18 or 19 points. If you have 18 or 19 points and a balanced hand, you can't open one no trump. You can't open two no trump. So this is called a 1.5 no trump or a homeless no trump hand. It's a no trump hand, but you can't bid one of the no trump bids to start. So you bid one of something else and then you jump to two no trump. We've actually looked at some of these hands when we have in earlier classes because it just kind of makes sense that if you open one of something and like you open a diamond and partner bids a heart, if you have a no trump hand that was too strong to open one no trump, you can show a really strong hand by bidding two no trump, one diamond, one heart, two no trump. That's the 18 or 19 point strong hand with no trump. Just naturally makes sense to do that. You know, jumping in no trump, just bidding no trump next would be a weak hand. But jumping to two no trump shows that you had more than the 15 to 17 to open the balanced hand, but you didn't have enough to open two no trump. Therefore, you must be in the 18 or 19 point range. Okay. So we're not going to talk about these a lot. I just want you to think about the fact that no trump exists at different levels. The one we run into the most and bid the most is this 15 to 17 point balanced hand. That's the one that we're looking to bid if we at all can, instead of bidding one of something else. Now, the nice thing when partner has opened one no trump, you as the responder can know how high you are in the bidding ladder right away. If you are at 0 to 7 points, you have no chance of game because his maximum 17 and your maximum of 7 is only 24. That's not a game. So 0 to 7 points, you do not have a game. Usually you'll pass, but we'll talk about some special exceptions when you don't. Usually, though, you're not interested in game. And we've already said, if we're not interested in game, we start as low down the bidding ladder as we can.
I don't see anything.
Okay. If you've got 10
Where's it supposed to be?
Hey, who's ever got their Sarah? I think it's probably you. Might want to mute if
Yes.
you don't mind. Okay, thank you.
Oh, okay.
Okay. If you have 10 points or more, we know you have game. So if partner opens a no trump, you've got 10 points, you know you belong at game somewhere. So we need to figure out where, but you know you have game. If you're in the 8 or 9 category, that's when you're not sure. You might belong just below game or at game. So you're at what we call the invitational stage. This is another nice thing about when partner opens one no trump, you know immediately how high you need to be. One of your bidding questions is answered right away. Okay. So there are two things we use to figure out where we belong in no trump. And we need to think about why we use these two conventions. We prefer to open one no trump because it is such a specific bid. But we prefer to play in a major suit if we can. We are going to first look for a major suit fit. We want to see, do we have 8 cards in hearts or spades? And the reason we want to do that, our priority is to find the major suit fit. We don't want to play in no trump as our first choice because no trump is a little risky. Okay. We aren't promising that we're going to have every suit stopped when we open one no trump. We could have a doubleton. We could have 3 little cards in a suit. We're not saying that we can keep every suit them from running it. And if you've been playing bridge for a while, you will have played a hand where you bid some level of no trump, like 3 no trump, and the opponents take 5 or 6 tricks before you get to take a trick. And that would be if they have a long suit, you have no way of stopping that in no trump. They're just going to take their high cards, all their high cards. If you have a trump suit, they may take a couple, but then you can trump in and stop them from running their suit. So no trump is a little iffy. We still like it because we can 3 no trump is a game, but it's a little iffy because of that. If we can find a fit in a major suit, that's the first thing we're going to try to do. We're going to try the major suit fit. The second part of what we need to think about is why these things exist the way they do. The second thing we need to think about is if I have 15 to 17 points, I have 50% more than my fair share of 10. So I have a lot of points, relatively speaking, a lot of points. Nearly always, I have more points than you. You'd need to have a really good hand as my partner to have as many as me. So usually when I open one no trump, I'm the big hand between the two of us. And we would prefer to have the big hand concealed so that I stay the declarer. The no trump opening person is the declarer. The responder will be the dummy. And a lot of the bidding that we do is to make that happen. So you need to think of those two things. The first thing is why we do this special bidding. The first thing is we want to find a major suit. The second thing is we want to keep our partner, the no trump person, as the declarer, and we stay as dummy. The more points we have, the less difference that makes, but still, that's why we're using this structure of bidding. So on your handout, let's look first at Jacobi transfers. These are responses, okay? Jacobi transfers. Partner has opened one no trump, and we want to do something that's called a transfer. Mr. Jacobi made them up. That's why we call them Jacobi transfers. They're just more commonly known as transfers. And we use these over no trump openings so that the person with the stronger hand will stay as the declarer. What does this mean? A transfer is making partner bid the suit you want him to bid. So if you have at least 5 cards in hearts or spades, that's where you probably want to play is in hearts or spades, but you don't want to bid them first as the responder. You want to make your partner say them first. And the way we get partner to do that is we make them bid the suit by bidding the suit right below that. So if we have hearts and want partner to bid hearts, we bid 2 diamonds. 1 no trump, 2 diamonds. Partner must bid 2 hearts next. Partner has no choice. Partner could have 2 hearts or could have 5 hearts. Doesn't make any difference. Whatever he's got, he bids 2 hearts next. We've made him do it. If we have spades, we bid 2 hearts, and then partner has to bid 2 spades. 1 no trump, 2 hearts, 2 spades. Again, must take the transfer, does not have a choice. Can't decide, oh, wait, they want me to bid spades, but I've got 5 hearts, so I think I'll bid hearts instead. Cannot do it. You have to go, partner is the captain of the ship. If you bid 1 no trump, partner is in charge. You don't get to make any decisions. If they've told you to bid hearts or they've told you to bid spades, you have to do it. I know that goes against the grain for some of you people, but you've got to do what your partner tells you to do. So if you've got at least 5 in the suit, you transfer. Yes. Question?
So I know I'm going to ask this question and I know part of the answer, but because I know we never want to really play game in a minor suit, but what if someone opens 1 no trump and you have like 6 diamonds or something? I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah.
And you can't bid diamonds because diamonds tells them to bid hearts.
That's right. You can't. So you'll do one of several things. You can bid 3 diamonds. That's not a transfer. So you can show them you have diamonds by bidding 3 diamonds. Or more commonly, the bid of 4 spades by 2 spades by responder is a transfer bid. to a minor suit. And it's done a lot of different ways. So I don't want to get
Mm,
into that here.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, but let me say one thing about it. Let's say you do have an amazing club or diamond suit. If you can play in three no trump, it's the club or diamond suit is going to be good there too. So if you have enough points to play three no trump, it usually works just as well in no trump as it's going to in clubs or diamonds if your partner has started off with one no trump,
I see.
because he's
Okay.
got some cards in every suit. And so, we usually don't transfer to the minor suits. There are transfers to them, but at the beginning level, I would say don't do that. If you've
Hmm.
got a long club or diamond suit and partner bids one no trump, just let him play one no trump.
Hmm.
Your suit will be useful to him.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm. Okay, so if you have hearts, you bid diamonds. If you have spades, you bid hearts to make partner say the thing first. Now, you're only have required to have five of them. Okay. Now, if you have five, partner might have two, right? You might hit a double. He might have a doubleton. It might be in your suit. It's kind of more likely that if he has a doubleton, it probably is in your suit. Just how things work. If you have six, though, you belong in that suit because even if partner has a doubleton in that suit, you've got the magic fit. You've got eight in the suit. You've got six, he's got two. So we always transfer if we have five, but if we have six, we're going to transfer and then raise in that suit to show we have six. If we just have five, we transfer, but then we bid no trump. That says to partner, when I transferred, I have five, but it's five and only five. So I'm not sure we have a major suit fit. If partner has at least three in the suit, he knows you do have a fit. And so then he'll go back to the suit. Okay. So if you have at least five in a major suit, hearts or spades, you always transfer. Always, even if you have no points. You transfer partner. It's easier for partner to make two hearts or two spades if they are close to a fit in that suit rather than trying to make one no trump with you having no points. So even if you have no points, you still transfer because we at least know we've got a 7 card fit at the worst. If you've got six, definitely you want to transfer. So first thing we've done is we have transferred because we had at least five in the suit. So if you have less than 8 points, which remember we said that's the invitational place, you just pass. That's it. So it's going to go one no trump, two hearts, two spades, pass. All I've done is move partner from one no trump up to two spades. That's it. I've got 5 or 6 spades and less than 8 points. I'm just helping partner find a little bit better place to play. If I've got 10 or more points, then I know we've got game. So if I have 10 points and 6 in the suit, I just jump to 4 of the major suit because I know we've got a fit. I know we've got enough points. 10 points is a game. 6 means we should be playing in that suit. If I don't have 6, I only have 5, then I bid the game, but I bid it in no trump. In no trump. So this tells partner, I've got 10 points and I've got 5 in the suit. If partner has 3 in the suit, partner will then bid game in that suit. You've told him you belong in game, but that you just have 5 cards in the suit. If he's got 3, he will bid the game. If he just has 2, he'll pass in no trump. So that would be like 1 no trump, 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, 4 hearts. Got 10 points and 6 in the suit. Or 1 no trump, 2 hearts, 2 spades, transferred them to spades, 3 no trump. That just says I had 10 points because I bid game. I know we belong in game, but I've only got 5 in the suit. Partner will either pass or bid 4 spades if he has 3. He'll correct back to the major suit because he would know you have the fit because you have told him you have 5. Does this make sense to everybody? If you are in, I hear chuckles out there, if you are in that invitational range of 8 or 9 points, it's the same kind of principle as if you have game, but rather than transferring and bidding game, you transfer and bid below game. You invite. You say, partner, I've just got 8 or 9 points by bidding 2 no trump, less than game, but 2 no trump. You're saying I've got 8 or 9 points and 5 in the suit. If you go to 3 in the suit, you're saying I had 6, but I've just got 8 or 9 points. So that would be something like 1 no trump, 2 hearts, 2 spades, 2 no trump, 8 or 9 points, 5 spades. Or 1 no trump, 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, 3 hearts. Below game, I've got 6 hearts, but only 8 or 9 points, inviting partner to go on. So if I've got game, I know I've got game, I bid game, either in no trump with 5 or the suit with 6. If I'm below game, then I just bid either 2 no trump below game or 3 of the suit below game, and partner corrects. Either way, he corrects. If you have 5 and he's got 3, he goes back to the suit. If he has 2 in the suit, he just passes and leaves it at no trump. One little thing, if you make this invitational bid, you're telling partner, I'm inviting you to go. If partner has 15 points, they pass. Because you've got 8 or 9, 9 and 15 is just 24. That's not enough. If you've got 17, you go to game. If they invite you, you go to game. If they stop below game with 17, you go to game because they're telling you, I'm inviting you to go with 17. Don't go with 15. What do you do with 16? That's the question. 16 is about the only decision, like judgment decision, that the no trump opener gets to make. And what they're going to decide is, am I closer to 15 points or am I closer to 17? Is this hand a little bit weaker or a little bit better? And the way you decide that is, are all your points working, or do you have maybe a queen doubleton? That queen's really not any good. So discount, you can use it to decide if you're between 15 and 17, but when you're trying to decide how strong you are, consider on the lower side rather than the higher side. But if all of your points are working, that is, they're all useful in suits so that you could use them to win tricks, then count that as 17, not 15. Again, this is a little bit hard judgment. It takes a while to get used to making that judgment. If you wind up with the 16-point hand, just decide one way or the other to go. Use your best judgment. You know, you'll be either sort of right or sort of wrong. And usually 1 point doesn't make that much difference. Okay, so those are Jacobi transfers. Let's look real quick just at some examples of this. Let me go over to another place. Okay, are you seeing a thing that says 1 no trump on your screen now?
Mhm.
Okay, let's say partner has opened 1 no trump. That shows he's got 15 to 17 points, balanced hand, and you bid 2 diamonds. What does that mean?
You want him to bid 2 hearts.
I want him to bid hearts. So how many hearts do I have?
Uh, 5 or
Five,
more.
at least five or more. Anytime I transfer, I'm promising five. Okay. So what is partner going to bid now?
Oh, he has to bid 2 hearts.
He has to bid two hearts. I don't care what he has in his hand. Two hearts. Now, my next bid is pass. What does that mean?
Less than 8 points.
Less than 8 points. I transferred him and dropped him. Okay. So I've got less than 8 points. We don't know if I have 5 or 6. We don't know anything else. We know I had at least 5, got less than 8 points. He is going to be playing two hearts. Two hearts is easier to make than one no trump if we don't have very many points. One no trump is extremely difficult to make. Okay, let's say, same scenario, one no trump, two diamonds, two hearts, and I bid 4 hearts. What do we know about that hand?
Well, you went to game.
I went to game in the suit. So going to game promises 10 points, right? Do we know how many hearts I have?
6 or
Six.
more.
6. Because I can afford to go to hearts. I know we have the magic fit of 8. Let's say I bid this next. Now what do we know about this 3 no trump hand?
We've got enough for game.
10 points, right?
But you only have 5 hearts.
Right. I had 5, exactly 5. Not 6 or more, 5. So yes, I've got 5 points and 5 hearts and 10 points. What if I bid this?
Hmm.
This is inviting him to game because I bid less than game. Didn't drop him, but I bid less than game. So what is the invitational level?
8 to 9.
8 or 9. So I've got 8 or 9 points. And how many hearts do I have?
5.
5. Got invitational, 8 or 9 points. I bid 2 no trump. If I have 6, I would have bid 3 hearts. That's still invitational. It's below game. I'm inviting him to game, but I'm saying I have 6 hearts. So we should be in hearts. Okay. Now, what if it goes like this? 2 no trump. This was the invitational with 5 hearts, not 6. And he bids 3 no trump. What do you know about his hand?
Uh, 16 points.
He's got week 17. He may have
17.
16, but be counting it as 17. But it's 17. 17 is the go, 15 is the pass. So he should have 17, 16 or 17. And what else do we know about his hand?
He only has 2 hearts.
That's correct. Because we told him we have 5 and only 5 by bidding 2 no trump. And we invited him to go. So he went, he's got 17, but he's just got 2 hearts. If he had 3 hearts, he would bid 4 hearts because he knows that hearts is our suit and he accepts your invitation. What if it goes like that and he bids 3 hearts?
You guys don't have game.
That's right. So he's got 15 points. Do we know about his heart holding?
Uh,
Well, he's chosen to play in hearts. I told him I had five and only five and an invitational hand. He's saying, I'm not accepting your invitation. I don't have 17 points, but I do have three hearts.
Mm.
Okay, not two. If he just had two, he'd just pass two no trump and let it go. But
Mm.
with three hearts to your five, definitely have the magic fit. So that's where you want to play. That's where you belong. This seems on the face of it that you're having to remember a lot of things. If this, if this, if this, is that. But really, you're just having to remember a couple of things: the levels, the paths, the invitational, or the game, and then whether you have five or six in the suit. Those are really the only functions here. And so every bid just narrows that down, and it narrows it down logically. If you have five and only five, you don't bid the suit again, you bid no trump. If you've got six, you bid the suit again. If you've got eight or nine, you bid below game. If you've got 10 or more, you bid game. If you don't even have eight, you pass after you've transferred them. So, like I said, it seems more difficult when you're just looking at the whole picture to think of everything. But when you're looking at your hand, you have one kind of hand to describe to them. And you just need to think, am I below game? Am I invitational? Do I have five or do I have six or more? So I'm sure we want to play in the suit. Okay, let me go back here. A little clunky to move around in this thing. Okay, so those are Jacobi transfers. Let's talk now about Stayman. Jacobi transfers. We use, let me close some things because it's starting to complain about what I have open. Okay. We use Jacobi transfers when we have at least five in the suit because we are pretty sure we have a fit. Partner only needs to have three. He's likely to have three in the suit. He might just have two, but we can handle that by not bidding again if we have five and only five. But what if we have four? We'd still really like to play in a major suit if we can. And it's not unlikely that partner has four in the major suit. But because this is a lot more iffy, we have to ask questions here. If you'll notice in Jacobi No Trump, we, the responder, are pretty much just in charge and ordering partner around to tell him what to do. Okay. Stayman, we've got to ask questions. And because we have to ask questions with Stayman, and we're not sure of what the answer is going to be, with Stayman, we have to have 8 points. We can't do anything like the transfer and drop like we do with transfers, where we can have 0 points. With Stayman, you don't even use this. You don't even ask about the major suits unless you've got 8 points. At least you've got an invitational hand. Stayman is just an artificial bid of two clubs. Partner has opened one no trump. You bid two clubs to say, partner, I've got a 4-card major. Do you have a 4-card major? You're trying to find a 4-4, 4-5 card fit with your partner. Because of this, you usually don't use Stayman if you have 4-3-3-3 distribution, just because there's no trumping value. It doesn't hurt if you use it with that, so don't worry about this rule too much. But there's no point in using Stayman if you don't have any trumping value, which is the whole reason we like to have the magic fit. So,
but Sally, what if on that 4-3-3-3, the 4 is a major?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it is a major, don't bother asking the question. Because even you find out that you have a 4-4 fit in hearts, if partner is a balanced hand and you're a balanced hand, you're not going to be able to trump anything anyway. which is the value of finding the
Oh,
fit.
right, right.
Okay. So just don't worry about it. But like I said, it doesn't hurt. It won't hurt to find the major suit fit. It's just not particularly useful to have it. Okay. So if you partner has opened one no trump, we bid two clubs. Two clubs says partner. I've got 8 points. I've got four of a major suit. Do you have four of a major suit? It asks the question and it promises four that you have four as the responder. So partner just answers you. Partner says, no, I do not have a four card suit. If they do not have a four card suit, they bid two diamonds. So one no trump, two clubs, two diamonds. Do not have a four card suit. Two hearts, one no trump, two clubs, two hearts. Says, why, yes, I have a four card suit. It's hearts. I may also have four cards in spades, but I definitely have four cards in hearts. Partner answers two spades if they have a four card spade suit and it denies a four card heart suit. So if they answer hearts, definitely hearts, maybe hearts and spades. If they answer spades, it's definitely spades and definitely not hearts. Okay, so once partner has answered the question you ask, then you, the Stayman person, decide what to do. If they did not have a four card major, they said, nope, sorry, two diamonds, they said. They don't have a four card major, then you are going to bid either two no trump if you're invitational, three no trump if you've got 10 points or more. So with 8 or 9 points, you bid two. With 10 or more, you bid three. Same thing we did with transfers, right? This is not different. Invitational is 8 or 9, game is 10. Same thing is true if they say, yes, I have a four card major, but it's the wrong four card major. So they say they've got four spades and you had hearts. Well, they said the wrong thing. That doesn't help you. So you then still bid two no trump or three no trump. You don't have a fit. You know for sure you don't have a fit if they say I don't have a four card major. If they say I do have a four card major and it's not the one you're looking for, you still bid two or three no trump, invitational or game, depending on what your point level is. Now, if they say the correct four card major, all right, now we're in business. You had four hearts. You're looking for hearts for partner, and partner says, I've got four hearts. So it's one club, one no trump, two clubs, two hearts, and that's your suit was hearts. Good. It's the right suit. Now you revalue your hand as dummy. Because if you have shortness, you have a void or a singleton or even a doubleton, that can be of value. So you revalue as dummy points, just like we've learned earlier that we do 5 for a void, 3 for a singleton, 1 for a doubleton. Add those to your points, and then you can bid 3 if you still have 8 or 9, or 4 if you're at 10 or more. This time you bid the major suit. Okay. So this is pretty logical too. It seems like a lot, but basically it's just instead of being sure we belong in the major because I have 5 or 6, pretty sure we belong in the major, it's pretty much an open question here. Two clubs says partner, I do have 4 of a major. I'd like to find a major if we can. Do you have a 4 card major? Depending on what he answers, if he answers in the major, you go with the major. If he answers in that he doesn't have one or it's the wrong major, you go to no trump at either 2 or 3 no trump, if that's what you've got. Let me point out one other thing here. You remember how on 2 hearts, that could show 4 cards, and it also could be a 4 card spade suit. And I bet that was bugging some of you, right? Because you're thinking, well, wait a minute. So how do we get to spades? Well, here's the deal. If partner opens a no trump and you bid 2 clubs, and he's got 4 hearts and 4 spades, he's going to bid hearts. Okay. If you, the 2 club bidder, had hearts, great, you'll wind up in hearts. If you do not have hearts, you're going to bid 2 no trump or 3 no trump next, depending. So would have been 1 no trump, 2 clubs, 2 hearts, but I've got hearts and spades. And you go, oh, that's the wrong one. So you bid 3 no trump, have game, but I didn't have 4 spades. I mean, 4 hearts. I was really asking about spades. Well, I can go to 4 spades because the fact that you asked the question meant that if you didn't have hearts, you did have spades. So it does show the no trump person, if they have both of them, the unlikely, pretty unusual situation where they have 2 4 card suits and you've not hit the right one. It lets you still find that 4 card spade fit. Because if you ask the question of 2 clubs, which asks the question, do you have a 4 card major? It also says that you did. So if you showed, if a no trump person showed hearts and they said that's not it, well, it was spades. If you've got 4 spades as the no trump person, then you go ahead and go. So it all works out. Now, the Stayman Convention and Jacoby transfers are both if you have major suits and we're looking for a major suit fit. But very, very many times when partner opens 1 no trump, we are not going to have a major suit fit. We are going to be playing either, we're going to have not a major suit fit. So if we have 10 points or more, we'll just bid 3 no trump, 1 no trump, 3 no trump from the get go. If we don't have 10 points, but we've got 8 or 9, we'll bid 2 no trump. We only use Stayman or Jacoby transfers if we have at least 4 or 5 or more in hearts or spades. If we don't have that, we just use our points to decide, and we stay in no trump, either 2 no trump or 3 no trump. As we discussed earlier, because Kim asked the question, you can transfer into minor suits, but I don't recommend those, especially for beginners. I'd rather play in no trump. If you transfer, you wind up at the 3 level. If you don't have points, you don't want to be playing at that level anyway. And if you do have points and you've got a good minor suit, you'd probably rather play at 3 no trump than 5 clubs or 5 diamonds. Okay, I hope that gave everybody the information that they needed on no trump. Does anybody have any questions on this? It is, like I said, it seems like a lot, but it is pretty, there's only a couple of factors we're looking at. And that is, how high do we belong? And you know that from the points. And where do we belong? And Stayman and Jacoby transfers help us find the major suit fit while still keeping the no trump person as declarer. That's why we transfer. And you'll notice in Stayman, same thing is true. We ask partner, do you have the 4 card major? And if they do, they bid it. We don't bid it. So it's still making them bid the major suit first. Okay, that's it, guys. You are now graduated. You know everything you need to know now about basic bridge. Nothing else possible for you to need to know. We will actually practice hands tomorrow in class. I've got people coming to work with us, so we'll make sure everybody is able to play the whole time. We won't have to have any kibitzers. Everybody will be playing. And just a reminder that we do have the second half of this class, if you're still interested, in April. We usually teach the whole thing together, but we split it up this time into the beginning and the second half. That will start in April if you're interested in taking it. It'll just be called competitive bidding is what it'll be called. So, all right, guys, thanks for joining today, and I'll see most of you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Sally. Bye.